Hey, Ryan here from the Bass Shed, and in this video and in a couple others, I'm going to be talking about the melodic vocabulary of the legendary Jimmie Blanton. Jimmie Blanton revolutionized the bass within jazz music. So if you're interested in building more interesting bass solos and learning some new bass vocabulary for your solos, there's nobody better to learn from than the guy who pretty much started it and put bass solos on the map within jazz, the legendary Jimmie Blanton. We are specifically looking at Blanton's melodic fills from the song Pitter, Panther, Patter. This is a duo recording he did with Duke Ellington. It was released in 1941 on the record label His Master's Voice, which I find very fitting given the fact that it was Blanton and Duke playing duo. It was later released on the record label Victor. The song is in the key of G major and recorded at 186 beats per minute. Over at thebassshed.com, I have the full PDF transcription of Blanton's part on Pitter, Panther, Patter. I also have a PDF download of 15 of the melodic fragments or the melodic fills, the melodic vocabulary pieces that he plays throughout the tune. 15 of some that he plays throughout the song. They're all labeled JBV, which stands for Jimmie Blanton Vocabulary, and numbered 1 through 15. The melodic fragment we're going to be looking at in this video is the first one he plays in the tune. There's an 8-bar intro, then it gets into 6 bars, and he's got a 2-measure fill. And that's something that happens regularly in the tune, is every 8 bars, he's going to have a 2-bar. He's going to have a 2-bar little fill and kind of melodic fragment. So the first one that happens, the chord he's going to be playing over is a D7, and he walks up a D natural minor scale. D Aeolian mode, same thing. D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. He starts on the and a 1, 1. And then he goes down by broken thirds. So D, B flat, C, A, B flat. He drops back down to the root. D, E, F. Because the next chord he's going to play is a G. So playing through these, when you play through any vocabulary piece, any little melodic fragment you want to learn as vocabulary, we typically play it in all 12 keys, right? That's kind of what you do when you're learning vocabulary. These ones, because it's a 5-1 relationship in the tune, and more often than not, all the ones that we're going to learn where he plays over a D7 chord, within the melodic line itself, it's going to be headed to resolve to G. So if we go around the cycle of fourths, they turn into each other really nicely, and you can play through them all in all 12 keys going around the cycle of fourths, which is counterclockwise around the circle of fifths. So starting on D, then our next one would be G. Right? And then that sets us up for C, which would be the next one going counterclockwise. There's a couple great things about this one. One, in addition to practicing it in all 12 keys, you can also make it a pattern to practice scales, because he goes right up the scale, right? And then he comes back down a different way. So you can use that kind of template to practice any scales you're practicing with the exact same rhythm. Start on the and a 1, play up the scale, and then play broken thirds down the scale. Automatically, that's going to reinforce this pattern in your playing, and it's all still coming from Blanton, right? It's something he played. So you play it through the scale ascending, and you can play down in broken thirds. You can also kind of just break it up. I mean, there's so much versatility when learning any piece of vocabulary. And then what you want to do with it. So you want to learn it as it was stated initially by the player, and then you can play around with it. You can play around with the rhythms on it. Right? So there's all things you can do, like after you're playing through them in 12 keys, start having fun with them and just play them so much that you can start manipulating them in different ways rhythmically. This one is a lot of fun. Again, straight up the scale. And that learning it in both octaves. And that is going to be the first melodic fragment that Blanton plays on Pitter Panther Patter JBV #1. If you're interested in learning more from the great Jimmie Blanton, please check out the other videos here on YouTube. Stop by thebasshed.com, scroll down to Jimmie Blanton. There you can check out the full transcription of Pitter Panther Patter, along with 15 of the melodic fragments. Finally, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the Bass Shed on YouTube, and we will continue learning from the legends.